And we are live. Hopefully the microphone or the volume level is better than it was last time. And we are not having an extremely productive week. I don't think I've done a build because we're mostly doing art, and we've still been in art this week, working on pretty much the gray box of what'll be this new mining ship experiment / gray box. And this will continue for the next few days. Today I'm going to try to get a lot of it in game and kind of see where we go with it. But I think a lot of the stuff is pretty solved as far as kind of, you know, volume of things and how I want it to function. Wonder why that hotkey doesn't work anymore for the. How's it going, Red Tango? Hey, Squing. Playing me some Elite while doing chores. Nice. Yeah, I want walk to be the default with no gravity. Yeah, it's not working on tilt. Right navigation. Walk navigation. Hey, internet trash. Are there window tint laws in space? I don't think so. Yeah, it depends if you like glare or not. Yeah, why doesn't that toggle? You might need your windows tinted by space laws to keep the nearby suns from blinding you. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if it had an automatic tint, depending on what you were looking at. Yeah, with a proper sensor suite, no worry about hinting if there's no windows. That's true. Yeah, so today we're just going to be playing around with the concept a bit more. See how it looks in game, kind of get a feel for it. Mhm. Yeah, who needs windows when you can let the cold vacuum of space take you? Yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going. This is going to be a very kind of improvised stream of just kind of playing around with some of the exterior stuff. Adding mounts, figuring out kind of mechanics. What is the other thing? Okay. Let's bring the bridge in. I'm debating chat switching to Linux sometime this week. Either Debian or Pop OS. It takes about a week to get used to, but the Switch is worth it. I started using Windows-like distro of Linux to keep familiar with it. Uh, I'm pretty familiar with Linux. I'm a sysadmin by trade, so I work in a school that's fully Linux powered. It's been that way since Slackware 8.1. But I'm tempted to actually give Pop! OS a try. And kind of, you know, deviate from my Debian ways. Yeah, I just wish, you know, DRM was supported more. Like I wish there like back in the old days. I used to even run a Draconian on Linux, and the issue more lately than anything is mostly anti-cheat than anything. Man, I do love me a real bridge. I know we're still only half gray box, but there's something, you know, and I do like my little ship, but there is something nice about a big boy ship. Okay, so I'm running bridge design. Do 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 do. Oh, I see what's wrong. Okay, so then we have our design and our one that we're going to use for the game. Oh, right. I need to organize this. I feel it's my flight deck. Is this gonna be your mining ship? Yeah, this is the mining ship. This is a medium class mining ship. It's surprisingly only the same length of a prospector. Just our citizenships are unnecessarily big. We go back to the design. Check this out. So there's literally enough room here to have a ton of cargo. Right, an entire habitation quarters. Ignore the need to change the FOV, and you know, a fully modular cockpit. They aren't that oversized compared to, yeah, yeah. And like here, let me go back out of this real quick, and we'll go back to the mining prototype. Right, like this has a ton of room, and this whole ship, as an example, um, right, like this is the same. This is not that much longer than the other ship. You know what I mean? Like there's really not that much. Like I don't believe ships need to be that big. You know, they just need to be able to do, you know, everything that they need to do. As far as size constraints go. So I needed how do you think of how something should look? Do you have prior experience with game development and design? I look at, so when I build out my ships, I build them all out systemically, which means I've already like taken into consideration every metric square foot. So I know, like, you know, there must be, you know, as an example, a shield generator, and I have a defined metric of how big a shield generator is, how big a, you know, a ship component is, how big fuel tanks are, how big the weapons are. I've already kind of predefined the scale. And then with that, I've kind of predefined thruster output and how they should be, and it's a lot of like yin and yang of trial and error until you kind of get, you know, everything kind of working the way that you want. You know, because sometimes you got to kind of scale things a bit wider and bigger and kind of, and the goal is to not have to make anything more than once. So to hopefully, you know, like once the ship is together, you're kind of good. Like, so if I go into the ship here as an example, and I turn off this body. Right, like everything in here is actually perfectly square, right? It's a 2 meter by 2 meter, you know, cockpit. All of the panels coming back here are, you know, 3 meter by 3 meter, and everything is designed to be 1 by 2 meters. So all these modules are, you know, specifically designed to be specific metrics. And the reason why I have to do this is because I need to make mini ships ultimately. And if I don't... oh yeah, I need my gizmos real quick here. There we go. Because if I don't do this, then I'm not going to be able to scale the game to the specific needs that I need for the game. Like, what I want to be able to do is put together many different types of ships and then only have to do the exterior shaping of it, right? So then I can create many different variations without having to change too much, you know? Because even though the outside is kind of round and it's shaped a certain way, it is stuck, you know, within its own limitations. So that's kind of how things go, and that's why like the metrics are super important to get right away. Like, I've already rescaled this cockpit, you know, a couple times now since I started. Right, so I've already kind of gone in and looked at the floor here, and I'm kind of like, you know, I actually need, and this was one thing that I learned from this particular one, is I needed room down here for the for a sleeping module, and I needed it to be like, you know, like just roomy enough that we can get around the ship. And what I realized is I actually for once needed to kind of make the design where instead of it being split in half, we have a 1 meter kind of section coming down through the middle. So even though like this is a half, just simply because of the way that I'm mirroring it, right? It's actually like three meters across here, and then we have some halves, another meter and another half. So it's actually an uneven number. So this one's actually 7 by 7, which is the first time that I've done this. Because if you think about a lot of medium size or capital ships, you probably don't want to have either a double door. If you're going to have a single kind of entrance, it's going to be in the middle. So there's going to be like, it's kind of like designing a Minecraft house where you have like a 2 by 2. Now you're kind of changing it, so it's kind of like one block in the middle. But it makes all the metrics now not even. Oh, hang on. But that's just the trade-off of kind of playing around with the design and getting it to a place that works, size-wise. So it's all trial and error, and that's why you do gray box, first, or white box, gray box, and kind of figure out like where things are and like what the rules are. Like what does a ship require? Where are the power plants going? Where are the fuel tanks going? Does that make sense from a gameplay perspective? How long does it take to run downstairs? How long does it take to EVA out and take off a fuel tank? If the ship was being attacked, like what would the TTL look like? There's a lot of stuff that you just need to think about when you're making the ship, but they're all just game design things, And you're going to make a million mistakes, but you just need to, well, you need to get it done. That's the most important part. You just need to, like, the ship has to be done within, whatever my own constraints are. Because I haven't done a build this week because it's all been art, so there is no change to the code. And because there's no change to the code, I'm an architectural drafter. I do 3D renders, so yeah, I get what you're saying to that extent exactly, right? So that's kind of like, just the kind of like the approach. All these things that nobody thought of when the Starfarer was built. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So now I'm thinking about them now. I don't want to make. When I'm thinking about this, I try not to think about it as one ship, and as a collection of ships. So like, what I would like to be able to do is take this cargo module that I've just created and be able to put it behind the ship, like put it right here. And then if I don't need this, kind of cargo module, which is used for raw ore, then I should be able to take off all this stuff and instead create a variation of a ship that's thinner, or just purely cargo focused, or just purely pleasure craft. Maybe it has a variation of itself, that's more focused on I'm just kind of cruising around, and I'm just very primitively messing around with this, but you can create different kind of variations. Yeah, everything must be interchangeability. Like, it all must have interchangeability to a certain degree, right? Because you don't want to make a million spaceships. You want to give players that option to change things up accordingly. But still create something that looks kind of cool, Like, it still has to kind of conform to the aesthetic you're trying to go with, but you want to do less simply because of the time constraints. Yep, exactly. Yeah, that's the goal, right? Like, I don't want to define. I don't want to give the player the rules as to what they place inside the ship and what goes where, but I want to be able to build the framework that allows them to do that. And you lose a lot of like custom tailored aspects of things, so you just hope that the collection, the modules you make, end up looking good, and that together they kind of create some cohesion. But those are just like trade-offs I need to make, to get this to get the mining ship, to market. Wink, wink, or whatever you want to call it. But the fun things is trying to actually design it to be realistic. So, but you know, when you start figuring out how it works, you know, fundamentally, then it starts creating kind of interesting challenges on its own. And then, like, as you solve those challenges, like where does the landing gear go? How does the landing gear work? It starts kind of filling in itself then. Now, and I feel like I had a different version of this running somewhere. Don't save. Oh yeah, yeah. This is the old one, not the gray box version. So that's kind of, you know, that's the idea. And this wasn't a very quick. This was only a 2-day ship that I've kind of put together very quickly. You know, I just want to kind of get it working. You know, plug in some of the values and get it flying. Because the issue that I was having is, you know, when I look at my main transport ship, you know, when we add mining lasers and we add tractor beams, where does it all go? Yeah, no, that ship didn't exist. There we go. Right, so so this is our main ship, right? Like, if I were to take off, right, like, because I can take off these and I can put mining lasers on, and the mining lasers work. Like, the mining lasers work to destroy the rocks and do the thing. But, you know, then what do we do? You know, like, because I wanted to work on the tractor beams, like the medium-sized tractor beams, and make them pull components, like pull stuff towards us. But then, you know, I didn't want to put like weird hoses on the like on the tractor beams and like pipe them into the ship hull, because it'd be kind of a nightmare and kind of like, you know, like the idea is this little ship was not meant to be a mining ship. You know, like you could put mining stuff on it. I definitely will be making a mining variation of the ship, where the back is actually a big mining module, and it does have, like, you know, mining kind of. It's retrofitted for mining, but it will have to change its whole hull structure because it doesn't need any of these grav plates or anything. It would just be, you know, kind of a mining variant. So, yeah, I kind of wanted to go with something that actually scoops the actual rocks up and crushes them, and, you know, like, create a test platform for the gameplay. So that was my thought process, because I kind of already have things working on the systems project. I want to do a build of this, but then I still realized that it wasn't enough. Right, so here in the asteroid scene, I'll show you. Right, so we have these, you know, explodable, you know, volumes that we can move around. So we have, like, right, asteroids that can be blown up. And I have my ship, and I have a couple different variations. So when I run the mining build, which is this one, right, this is the one that I created where I put the mining lasers on, and I have the mining lasers working now, right? I don't have the tractor beams working yet or anything, but, you know, we can now jump in and, right, mining lasers, and we can, you know, we can kind of do this, you know, and blow up rocks, which is cool. Well, then, you know, what do I do for sucking up said rocks? You know what I mean? Right, so you know, just because we can outfit the ship and stuff. Right, so I can go and, you know, pull off, these, and then put on, the other lasers. So they're working, but like, you know. I haven't seen the break apart stuff. Or it's a combination. They're pre-fractured. But there's a whole system to how they're pre-fractured. Right, and they'll mix in with the and then the other thing, I don't know if you saw this. Oh yeah, I don't know if you're The last thing that I did in the last Patreon build for this, I know this is a bit like all over the place here, but is this the hologram? And I want to use the hologram tech for the asteroids, and we can do sub-targeting now as well. I just can't shoot them with a mining beam because it's not designed to. It doesn't converge on non-asteroids right now. And I don't want to have on-screen UIs, even though I do have them there. I want them to be diegetic. So I want you to use the hologram and the on-screen interfaces to help you, find where the enemy is. So that in the hologram display, there's going to be a little compass indicator showing where the ship is around. That's cool. Will you get any? Oh yeah, you can totally hear. I can. Let me knock one into the. Yeah, here. I'll bump one into the gravity field. And they are a gravitational object, so they're totally like here. Let me just bump this one into the gravity volume. Right. So if I grab the tractor beam here. Right, they all work. And I know like asteroid mining is not a thing I even care about right now, but I do need to do more work on the components themselves. So I figure, now is a good time to kind of start prototyping a lot of that stuff. Because you wouldn't technically be able to lift these with your own tractor beam. This is just me, debugging. But I think it'll make mining super cool. I have a very interesting. Blue, did I show you the asteroid tech for rendering asteroids? I don't know if you've been around. Oh yeah, apparently I have two versions running. Check this out. So let's go to my C# asteroid test. So here we are in an asteroid field with volumetric lighting. There's 1,000 right now at 1200 FPS. Let's spawn in 2,000. And now we're at 1200 FPS still. Let's do 4,000. Still at 1200 FPS. Let's do 8,000. Let's do 16,000, 32,000. So I don't know if I showed you this. 64,000, 128,000, 256,000. This can go to 4 million without slowing down. So this is the feeling that I want to have, right? When we're going into the deep of the asteroid fields and, you know, mining asteroids. How does that work? GPU instances. So I'm still getting 200 FPS. There's a million asteroids currently being rendered. These are purely GPU based. So they don't have too much of a cost. If I look at them, you know, obviously you would never have this many on your screen at once, because that would be kind of dumb, right? The goal is worst case scenario, you know what I mean? They can move. What's the downside? Collisions with them had to be done manually, using a little bit of tricky math. So they're not, you know, collision objects. But the great thing about it is they share, you know, a position, and distance checking is very easy peasy. And we don't really care about the surface of the asteroid. We just care about how close are you to the core of the asteroid. Based upon its radius and what speed are you going? You know, when one of these are in front of you, because otherwise you can bounce. You can manually trigger the ship shield. I can make the ship shields detect these things without them needing to have colliders on them. But the idea is to use them for background simulation. And mix them with the actual mining asteroids. The goal is to create this palette of a full asteroid field, which makes it more skillful in scanning and detecting, you know, what will be a real asteroid and what is one that is. I mean, I guess you could technically say they're all real, wink wink, but as far as the player is concerned, right, they're, you know, systemically they're not real. They're just running on the GPU, but mixing them, right, to represent like which ones are destructible and which ones aren't destructible is you know, is the key to the mechanic, right? So it's a lot more than just, you know, a pill, you know, that I've just created in Blender. But they work as a pre-fractured cluster, and they just stay clustered together based on how they were broken. I put a plane in here to demonstrate kind of how they break, but the system for breaking them is not finished, and, you know, this is still very much prototype. But I wanted to finish some of the basics of this, just to, you know, just for future, because it will change the way that ships kind of work for mining. So it's not a bad idea. I don't want to come back later to make a mining ship and then realize all ships had to be adjusted because of, you know, some mechanic that I had to create for the mining ship. And I don't want the ships to be so unique that there needs to be specifically a mining ship. I mean, there is specifically a mining ship, but I want to kind of look at all variants now. So what's a salvage ship look like? You know, what does a mining ship look like? What does a combat ship look like? You know, what does a freighter look like? Like what are the, you know, the gray box dimensions that we're playing with, and you know, kind of go from there. So that's been like this week's, you know, kind of focus, right? It's really all kind of off the walls. Like none of the stuff is none of the stuff that I've been doing has been on my ClickUp, and that's mostly because I've been working on my renovations this week, so I've only had a few days pretty much, you know, to be working on it. So it's mostly been art. That's the how do I change? Oh, I'm logged into my other account. Weird, when I saw login as Revere. Yeah, continue back with Google. Myself. Sure. No, I don't know why my ClickUp's being weird. I merged them both together. Yeah, no, that should be it. I don't know why I'm not seeing my other... Oh, okay, there you go. Different workspace. Perfect. Alright, yeah, so here's the main active sprint. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I want to get the ship components for loading. Yeah, this is what we're actually working on, getting the ship data serializing to the API so that players can actually spawn in and save their ship data, you know, to the backend. That brings everything. Why is this changed? Group status? No, I don't want to. Revert it. Stop changing my stuff. Yeah, I really don't like these views. I don't know why they changed this. Maybe ungroup them. Yeah, I hate this grouping. I don't know why they changed this. This is driving. This is stupid. Why have all this extra data here in the active sprint? And why is completed on the right? Because this is what we're supposedly working on, right? The medium tractor beam and the and the hab and chip component serialization. Yeah, I do not like this at all. Like, what is the point of this? I don't want to. Oh, is it, we had to turn off the fields? Oh, they've changed it. Okay, that's not so bad. Anyway, not to be distracted, but yeah. So that's what we're actually supposed to be working on. But ever since last week, where I've been too busy with real life stuff, this has been the we've been just doing art. Yeah, but I'll get around to this again. There's a few more things I have left to do on the house, and then we can move. And then once I get settled, because the summer, I think we're only. Let me just check real quick and see what date we start full time on the game. So I start working on the game full time. Yeah, 3.5 weeks. Yeah, 3.5 weeks before we're full time. Technically 3 weeks, because there's a few things during the week, but we're out of school on the Wednesday. Yeah, so just 3 weeks, and we are full time. So that'll be cool. Yeah, so what I want to try to get done with the gray box here is I want to get the the rest of the components in just systemically, so I can start plugging them into the ship and making the ship work, even if it visually, like, I mean, even if it's not final gray box yet. Just figuring out, like, hey, what's the maximum dimensions we really need for the ore. Like, it probably doesn't need to be massive. I mean, it might not make sense, have this big old ship that you need to live in, with extra cargo, but you can only fill up, so much of this container. But I don't want to stretch the ship to be too long. I want to keep the ship within 28 meters, because I want to keep it within the dimensions of the medium-size hangars. So they can only be 16. We really want to keep them within like 16, which it is. If we're just barely at the outskirts of 16. The hangar doors are actually 24, so they're, they're this. They're 24 by 32, so I'm trying to keep my my medium ship dimensions to kind of work around that. And then once we get bigger than that, then we're in docking territory. So things that actually require you to dock, which I think is a perfect balance, right? We have small ships, the medium tier is your Millennium Falcons, and anything bigger than that will be docking only. And I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go put some more coffee on, and use the washroom, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do with the sides, because I want to make an exoskeleton for like this subsystem, so it kind of ties in. It takes the weight. We're back. Yeah, so that's like the, yeah, where we are with things. Well, let's get these working, because what I want to do is get these into the cargo deck. Hey, Hyperants. Welcome to being exhausted working on renovations all day. Hey, Danik. We're working on a mining ship today. Yeah, they're not fun, dude. We keep finding issues. we keep finding things that need to be fixed. Slow. It's been a week of no. This has been the first week that I haven't done a Patreon build, and I could do a Patreon build for the sake of saying, "Hey, there's a build for this week," but nothing has changed in it because it's all been working on the ship. I bought a house, and the house is 30 years old, and I'm trying to move into said house. We just finished the flooring, so there's spots on the end of the flooring where the main exterior door is for like the deck. That's like rotted, and there's like a few spots in the bathroom that's like we realized when we pulled the floors up. So I just because I want to get obviously moved in before summer break because I want to work on the game full time obviously, and do a full 2 months worth. The goal of the summer is kind of a fully playable vertical slice for multiplayer. And we have everything here packed, and most of the stuff is ready to go. We're just waiting for these little details to be finished, right? That just consumes so much time. Oh, I'm absolutely sure I'll get there, but that's the holdup right now. So yeah, we're gonna actually have a big boy ship here. I don't know why this one's still 2. Let me check the design real quick. Yeah, it's like this one didn't get saved. I was working on it earlier. Weird. Unless I was working on it here? No. For 14 days, I have made my first mining ship, but only low poly. That's awesome. Yeah, that's what I've been doing, man, making this rock crusher. But this has been 3 days. 2.5 days, I don't remember. It's like we're having to take a break. I haven't been alive, and I don't even know how long it's been since I've been live last, even. At the moment, I'm working on like ship maneuvers and AI behaviors. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to add fishing over the summer as well, Fennec, just for the memes, you know? Even if we just have a water planet, that's just a water shader, and it's just literally a sphere. That's it. Just a sphere with an atmosphere. That's it, you know? Just so I can stick a little crappy island on it. You know? Always for the memes, I know. I want to do a bebop style ship as well. I mean, this one's pretty close in concept, but not necessarily. So I don't know if you kind of realize what I'm going with here. Here's the bebop. Here's the bebop in Starfield. But here's the actual bebop. Yeah, they fished. Yeah, absolutely they fished. So even though my design is very blocky, right, I am definitely stealing some inspiration. Same with the. I want to revisit the um, Middle Queen. I just unpaused. Hello. Oh, did I just mute myself? Or did my headset die? You guys got music? You guys do have music, and you can hear me, so it is my headset. 1 second. Yeah, got you and the music. I'm looking at my SE ships, trying new things, not sure what I want. Never know what I want. I know, I went and got the Ironclad. I absolutely got the Ironclad. It was one of those, like, I use store credit, obviously. I'm not investing any much more money in it. I don't have the money to put into it. And it's just a bigger blind cat. It's a fat cat, you know? It's the same command module. So if you guys watch Heavy Metal Queen, it had some interesting ships. Well, yeah, I kind of remember a trucker rig. Set it to bed. Have a good stream. Have a good one, Hype Runs. Let me give you a shout out before you go. Make sure you guys are following Hype Runs. Yeah, well, it wasn't her rig that I liked. I liked Heavy Metal. It's like Heavy Metal Queen. It was one of the ones. This one, Love Machine. Like this was hers. And this is Love Machine. And ironically enough, this was the first ship I modeled in Blender. And I love the shaped cargo modules. And this is so, it's similar to Space Truckers, obviously, but definitely more unique. Yeah, they're like big trucks, they're cool. And I wouldn't mind giving it a go again to try to model something, very similar, or a series of them. Because they're just a hexagon, kind of a base design, and they're just pulling, a cargo spire. At a later date. Because there's a few in this one, right? There's the truck stop. There's Decker. There was a scene, I'm gonna have to find a clip of it, where they're all, yeah, there's Spider Mike, right? Like totally different design, but all different space trucks, right? Super cool. There's many of them in that series. They're only in there for a few scenes, But even the mechanics of them locking and stuff like that was super cool. But I might give this a go again. Yeah, it's funny, in the prototype. Well, but yeah, this needs to be much bigger. It was set to be 3. Or 2.5. Maybe I never actually moved it down. Okay, let's go back. Gliders, gliders. Our scale's totally backwards. Just realized that we're not actually facing the right direction for the ship. It's fine, but hey, Ghost Magic. I wonder if I have not. I don't know if I've ever exported those small stairs before. Nope, I haven't. Call all money. I wonder if you'll release before Star Citizen. I will have it released before Star Citizen. Yeah. I'll decrease the scope. This is a non-stair. Oh, it's a non-bottom stair. Unforgiven Space 2 will be released before Star Citizen. God, wouldn't that be funny? I thought I made these shorter. Yeah, I thought I went in and did this a bit shorter than 1 meter. No, just the 1 meter. I just say SE would never release. They're making too much money. Exactly. Too much money. Interior stairs, interior tests. Not a part of floors. Where did I put you? Where are the stairs? Stairs. They're in the hangar module. Yeah, maybe I'll separate those. It's just interior under prefabs. Models, interior, stairs. Scales up, why? Oh, scale is off. Oops. Are they really nowadays? Oh yeah, they're still making money every single day, dude. That's why, like, I think my game has a chance as long as I A, release before Star Citizen, and then B, only focus on the fun aspects of gameplay. Just work on gameplay. Just make the gameplay of Star Citizen in a fun environment, you know, and then hope for the best. You don't really need this one, yeah. Just the stairs. Yeah, we got pretty generic interior. Stairs. One X2, X3, P, and SP. Do 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 do. No, no, no. Mm. Once upon a time, in the bustling city of Golden Retriever, lived the passionate game developer named Revere. Coding and designing the ultimate space adventure game to unite humanity through exploration and teamwork, Revere's game, Forbidden Spacebar, became an overnight sensation. That's awesome, Evan. Is that a chat, Chippity? Players from all the world collaborated to build space stations, explore new planets. You can take Panya for that? Hell yeah. Take a look at, although very, 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 very gray boxy, take a look at the Rock Crusher. The old Rock Crusher. And what's stupid about it, Evan, is that this ship has all the space that you would ever need, you know, even for like 4 people, including cargo, and it's still only 26 meters long. It's like half visual because I'm actually just working on the gray box stuff now, and just getting all the dimensions and stuff down. It's perfect, dude. Yeah, it's literally like, you know, and I'm doing it in a way that it's modular, so I could create a variant that has cargo in the back. You know, so I could do a pleasure yacht version. We could take off the mining module and just throw on like cargo. You know what I mean? In another game I play, that would be a single seater. I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's literally the size of a prospector. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get it conceptually working. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with the fuel scoop. I don't want to put the fuel scoop here under the nose. I might have to design some unique component types for it. So like a square version of the fuel scoop. Or kind of like hide it amongst the... What about right on top of the ridge? Yeah. Oh, they're just 1 meter. Right, so these are all the components. So it's a 1x1. Or behind it, yeah. It's just meant to scoop stars, you know. Scoop stars, you know, fuel the power plant, create fuel. Right, the design could be changed. It doesn't have the it doesn't have the visually be a circle. It could be inside a housing of some sorts that looks like a, you know, something different. On top of the bridge or right behind the grinder, yeah. I need to get the design, because I don't have any of my panels here in Wonder. Hey, Mungalo. Right now I'm going to cook. We should co-op Homeworld sometime. Oh, dude, I haven't played Homeworld in forever, dude. I love Homeworld. It's been a long time. I remember like way back in the day, back when I had a sell around. I got the Homeworld 2 CD. So you played the third one, and it's disappointing. Yeah, a buddy of mine bought it, so I played it. So the story is not great. I was hoping it wasn't going to be a flop. That could have had so much potential. Chip panels, lower one by one. This is the grav plate. Yeah, why are these? Unity, gray box. Oh my god. Why is it so baked out so weird? No idea, but this is the actual. Mag plate. Top, bottom. Floor mag plate. The next one. Thanks for the follow, Miriam, man. May I get banned for saying this, but I use Scratch to develop games? Hey, there's nothing wrong with using Scratch to develop games. Yeah, nothing wrong with using scratch at all. Yeah, I wonder why the metallic by default is not set in Blender. What's not illegal? Why did we set in Blender if you haven't set it? Because I've set it when importing the material in the Unity in the past, but it is a metallic texture, so I'm just curious of why I never set metallic in Blender. Oversight on my own behalf. Did you bake it? Metallic will break texture bakes. Yeah, it's already baked. They're just baked normals. There are no metallic. These are 1x2. I don't even understand why these are. What is this called? Main panel. 1x2. Why the collection's not called 1x2? And then this random one's not even baked. I think that's all of them. Oh, we can't have them on hidden, apparently. Hey, pizza coming? That sounds amazing. I hate that I never set all the metallic values of these in Blender. That I did it all in Unity, and then I had to redo it all in Godot. That explains why, like, the material stuff is kind of messed up. We having hot dogs and tots tonight? Would prefer pizza. What's tots? Like just potato slices? Or are tots like a fried mashed potato? Yeah, I'm gonna separate the lads. Tater tots or crayons. Oh, okay, okay. Why are they so different? Because they are a different color? Zero C. Spink, let me know like when the pizza should be there. I'll go take a break. I want to try to get all these assets done and like just cleaned up. I think that's what I'll do for the most of the night. Let's just go in and like clean up these collections, give them names, kind of go through my Blender assets. I want to be able to just drag and drop things in Blender is the plan. But I haven't. I want to build a little tool that we can use in the import process when we're importing a ship. We just give it a ship importer, and it'll kind of start matching prefabs for us by the asset name, and kind of make it so we can use Blender as more of an intermediary. Like like we can use geometry nodes and stuff to kind of automatically generate and help us come up with different designs. And then when they go in the Godot, they automatically get swapped out with the correct prefabs. And I think that'll be cool. Ship floor, front seat. Nothing in it. Default cube. Yeah, because what is the values on the mag blades? Yeah, we need to bake out some roughness is the issue. Yeah, it's been busy. Renovations are taking a little bit longer than expected. We are currently in the middle of working on a new mining ship. So hopefully this new mining ship is going to rock. Hopefully it's going to rock some rocks, you know. So I'm in the process of putting together the probably noise map and Godot for roughness. Yeah, I've been told that a few times. You might get away with it. Yeah, I think so too. Right, so I'm just kind of making this mining chip that we're gonna hopefully get working this week. It's using all the same components. But I want to get it in the engine so we can walk around it and get it working, and then I'll finish the concept in Blender afterwards. Yeah, there's like a color difference. It's definitely a metallic difference between them. Which is weird because I don't think... Oh, there we go. I don't have the lauded version. Upscaling. Oh man, I'm getting dizzy. Alright guys, it is almost 9, so I'm gonna get ready and go and get some pizza because I'm starved. And I'm gonna go raid someone, and we will be back tomorrow. Or we'll continue prototyping. Yeah, I'd like to try to make a shader bungalow for like doing like our own edge detection or like edge wear somehow. So it could be like one material of some sorts, but I'm not sure. Yeah. We'll do anxious Buddha games.